Done set Michael on fire, y'all. Meanwhile, Will over here crying about Drew potentially being in trouble, about him losing his seat in the office. I said, girl, if you don't shut up. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life at Chesterfield General Hospital, January 6, 2025. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Also, how did y'all feel about the ending of this episode? Look, they ain't even show us nothing but Michael on fire. I said, I'm shocked that they actually showed that. Y'all know normally they'll make it seem like, okay, he passed away in the fire or whatever, but they won't show it. They'll give them room to come back. But I've been hearing the same thing. Basically, the actor decided to take some time off or whatever. And I was like, why wouldn't they bring the guy back in that played Michael while he was absent or whatever? I said, maybe he got other projects or something. Or just hire somebody else. But I said, I don't know how to feel about this. Because on one hand, it's like, dog, y'all should have just recast him. But at the same time, that was kind of interesting. The way they did it, the way they showed Sonny and Jason looking at him on fire, and Sonny trying to go back in and Jason stopping him or whatever. I was like, yeah, I liked that right there. I liked the way they showed that. Did y'all hear that they saying that it doesn't air tomorrow, it airs Wednesday? Okay, so let's talk about it. We're going to start with Lucy and Sidwell. So Sidwell was the one who bought Windermere. And I got a question because I'm confused. Did he buy it from the person that bought it first? Or was he the one that bought it the whole time? Because if so, then he was already watching the people in Port Charles to begin with. Because remember, this happened, I want to say early last year or the year before last, when Ava had sold the property to somebody. And they were saying how they didn't know who bought it. And if that's the case, like, who is Sidwell working with? But yeah, they went to it. They were showing Lucy preparing the place or whatever. She got the man a gift and everything. I said, one thing you know Lucy gonna do is talk too much. She over here talking about, yeah, the Quartermain's this. I was married to one of them, this and that, and all this stuff. If you go back here, you can see all the Port Charles and all this stuff. And he's sitting up there watching. I said, he was trying to get Sonny for helping Holly. Holly don't sit up here and stir up all this trouble. Then they want to leave his hand. But yeah, she was just telling him all about Port Charles and the people in Port Charles, Quartermain this and Quartermain that. If you look back here, you can see this and that. And just talking too much per usual. Per usual. Then when she left, he over here dancing and skipping all over here to the back, I about to say to the back porch. To the back, what's it called anyway? The patio? I don't know. Somewhere. But he watching it. He was waiting on it to go kaboom. Then let's slide on over here to the hospital. You got Lucas, Portia, Brad. It was somebody else. Cyrus and Isaiah. I guess we're going to join them together. Let me put it right there before I forget. So basically, Lucas and Portia was talking about Elizabeth, about the fact that she got suspended. And he was saying, you know as well as I do that Elizabeth didn't do it. And she was like, I know, but basically we got to try to find out who did. And the best way to do that is to suspend her and get her out the way or whatever. And on the other side of things, Isaiah and Cyrus was talking or whatever. And basically, Cyrus wanted to know why he being so closed off to him all suddenly or whatever. And he basically was saying Jordan was saying he this and that or whatever and asking him, was it true? Then Brad came out of nowhere. I don't even know where he came from. But basically, he was saying how Cyrus sent them people out the brick or whatever after his best friend. And he was just going off on him, telling him about himself and saying how he shouldn't even be at the hospital. I said the same thing. He already talking about he changed and he doing this. I knew he wasn't changed. But we're going to get to the part about Dex. But I'm about to say, I forgot that he was responsible for them people going out the brick. I said, wait a minute. Now, wasn't he locked up at the time? Then he sent his people out the hood or something like that? I can't remember. But we got to backtrack back to Isaiah and Cyrus' conversation. Because at first he was like, what he said? Let me see if I wrote it down. He basically said that Isaiah was playing God or whatever. Because he said something about, he heard something about him saving his niece or something like that. And then somebody said, you having fun playing God or something like that. I said, not you being mad that he saved your niece. I said, not you being upset. But let's go back again. Or fast forward this time. We're going to talk about Brad again. I think Lucas, taking him somewhere they was talking or whatever. He was saying how he a good man. Basically, he's nothing like Cyrus or whatever. And he was just telling him that wasn't the time or the place or whatever. Whatever he said. I don't know. But Portia ended up telling Cyrus that he's no longer welcome there or whatever. He was like, no, all the good I do and this and that and this and that. Look, I was hoping that he was actually recruiting all these people to try to come against Sonny and everybody in that town. But yeah, she ends up telling him he not welcome there. And he gets on the elevator. Then he started mean mugging her as the door is closed. I said, yeah, watch your back, Portia. You next, sweetheart. Jocelyn and Trina was just talking about Dex, and they was packing up his apartment. Trina ended up leaving, and that's when Jocelyn started going through his dresser or whatever, and she seen he had a weapon. I thought she was gonna find a note too or something, and I was like, say something. I was hoping he told somebody he seen Cyrus on the doggone floor. I was hoping he did, but so far it looked like Brandon knows because he got the video. So I'm wondering, did Dex have that weapon to protect himself from Cyrus or something else? Look, I don't know the way it ended. But yeah, next we got Brennan and that agent lady. So basically, it's revealed that he did not tell her to go after Valentine. He just wanted her to track Valentine. He didn't want her to shoot at Valentine, but she did it anyway. She over here talking about, yeah, I know you said that or whatever, but I seen the opportunity because this and that. I said, you had it in your mind that you was going to go there and take him out from the beginning. Because when you was in the office that day, you was telling him he should get rid of Valentine. And I said, she crooked too. She crooked too. I said, I don't know who she working with, maybe Sidwell. But again, I say Sidwell must have been, like, he must be working with somebody in town for him to have bought the window mirror a long time ago and just now buying it. Well, not just not buying it, just not, living in it or whatever. But the agent lady, she ended up leaving, and that's when Brandon was on. I think he was on the phone with somebody at first and asking about the video of Dex getting stabbed. So he ends up clicking the email or whatever and seeing the video. And he was like, he couldn't see the person's face. So they zoomed in, and that was Cyrus, right? Wasn't it Cyrus? And I'm wondering if he's going to tell Carly. Is he going to get a chance to tell Carly or tell Jocelyn or somebody that he's seen it? Or is he going to keep that secret to himself? Laura and Martin. So basically, they were just talking about Lulu, the fact that she got a chance to see Charlotte, but Valentine got away and all this other stuff. But then later, he got a call from Willow, basically letting him know that Michael is trying to get full custody. The crazy part again is that he's still talking about he don't want to he doesn't want full custody. He doesn't want to take the kids from their mother. I think he was saying he wanted to start out there first so he could come to some type of agreement, or they could come out to some type of agreement. But once again, she got people in her doggone head, and she still, we gonna get to her though. Let me focus. Laura and Martin, like I said, they was just talking about that. That's when Willow called him, and he was like, oh, he's not gonna be able to get full custody because, nobody gonna take the kids from their mother. But then she slipped up and said, because he was like, can they meet? I think he said, can they meet in the morning to talk about the case or whatever? And she was like, just as soon as we get back or whatever. He was like, where you at? Oh, me and Wiley, we here with Drew. Like it's a normal or something. Like she really don't see what she doing. Look, that's why I said I couldn't wait to get to this part. She act like she didn't see or can't see what she doing is wrong. And then Drew in her head, and she keeps saying, I could trust you or whatever and all this stuff. That's why, I feel this way about you because you're honest and all that. And he's still lying. I mean, every time she keeps saying he's honest. That could be his opening. They there alone. He could easily tell her what he want to tell her. Then boom, bam, thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's what I thought it was leading to, but it didn't happen. But yeah, every time she say he honest, he just be over there, and that make him look even worse. But we'll be back to them. Jason and Carly. Basically, Carly came to Jason saying, can you believe that Willow took Wiley to be with Drew or whatever and all this stuff, and she was upset and she was just going off. And Jason just be so, I don't know if I should say nonchalant. He be nonchalant sometimes, but he always trying to see the good. He over here talking about something, well, if they're staying in the suite or whatever, that means the kids are there. So they ain't gonna do nothing all this. Carly like, okay, kids go to sleep. But basically, Carla was saying how she not gonna let them continue to hurt Michael or whatever. And I said that again, Willow, like, she over here like, what the freak going on around here? She in here la la land. The whole conversation. Okay, I guess we're gonna finally talk about Drew and Willow, and we're gonna end with Sonny and Michael. But okay, Drew and Willow. So basically, she came in there crying or whatever. Because at first, I thought, the way they showed it, I thought they were saying that they was laid up together or something like that. They was not or whatever. But yeah, she came in there crying and stuff. Crying the whole doggone episode. But not enough to get her kids. Not her kids, just Wiley. Get Wiley and get the stepping. No. But yeah, she came in there crying, talking about some, Michael filed for divorce and he wants full custody. And if I'm not mistaken, did she say something about he didn't even give me time to come back, and you didn't tell him you was taking his child? You didn't. What the freak? That's why I was like, she over here like she really didn't consider Michael at all. But yeah, she over here talking about some he couldn't even wait till I got back in town. You didn't even tell him you was leaving town with his son, with y'all's son, however you want to say it. But instead of calling Michael to talk to Michael about everything that's going on, she decides to confide in the man. Then she over here talking about this. What did she say? I think she was like, this is my fault. She's still not blaming Drew at all. But basically, she just crying and stuff. She's like, you see there? He's saying I'm an unfit mother and all this other. Well, you over here like you still being controlled by people. You still being controlled by people. You over here talking about he could have waited till you came home. From with your what's it called? Is he a mistress? What's it called when the dude is the one they cheating with? Is it the same thing? I don't know. You over here with your side piece. I'ma say that. And then look, she said so much and he said so much and did so much that I don't forgot everything. But she had the audacity to say, Nina was right. He is trying to take my kid. Didn't you file first? Then you filed. Then Nina said that she should get full custody or something like that. And that's why I said they should have talked about it themselves instead of getting all these people involved. But yeah, she was basically saying Nina was right or whatever. And she was like, he had Sonny and Carly and all the Quartermains and all their money and all this stuff. And then I can't lose my kids and all that. Then had the audacity to say, start talking about Drew. Talking about, what if he releases the video or whatever. And just talking about Drew and the fact that he worked so hard to get where he at and he gonna lose it because of her and all this stuff. And then I think Drew had the audacity to say, no, it's because of Michael. Willow was the one who said that Michael was trying to get revenge because she came there. But still didn't say that she was wrong for taking this man's child without telling him because she already knew he was going to say no. But no, she over here in La La Land. He over here talking about the doggone he love her. Dude, what is you talking about? But yeah, the whole episode, she crying and stuff. She went from saying, she don't want to lose her kids. He can't take her kids from her and all this stuff. And then she was saying something about, you work so hard, you're going to lose your seat or whatever. They ain't going to like this or something she was saying. She just kept bringing it up about Drew. Just study concerned about Drew. That's being concerned about Drew is what you got at you in the doggone place. Got you in this doggone place to begin with. What are you talking about? Get it together. Then, what else happened? I know. That's the part where she was like, if you was to lose your seat, everything you worked so hard for, that'll make this even worse. Should nothing make nothing worse if you lose your kids, crazy lady. What are you talking about? Or whatever. And that's when I think she called Martin or whatever and told him. And at first he was saying, nobody's going to award Michael. Nobody's going to take her kids, a mother's kids from her or something like that. Then we got backtrack again because she also said at the beginning, she said it again. She was like, she thought that after everything, he understood that the kids belong with their mother and all this stuff. Like, she just, let me see. What did she say? Something about, I thought he understood. I think this is the second time she done said that crap. Like, they supposed to just be with her. Because he allowed the kids to go with her that day, that she thought that they was going to be with her forever and not him. And he's still talking about shared custody. And y'all already know what Drew over here saying. Yeah, he can't take your kids away from you and all this stuff. He this and that. I never thought, even in his worst day or something like that, he would try to say you an unfit mother and just talk. You don't did enough. Now, instead of sitting up here calling Michael or either getting your child and getting up out of there, you over here confiding in him. He over here touching your face and stuff, talking about some, I love you. He told us I love you. And the look on her face, I couldn't tell if she feel the same way or if she don't. And lastly, we got Sonny, Michael, Jason. I forgot to write Jason. Let me see. Hold on, wait. Let me go and write it down because y'all already know I'll be forgetting. So, okay, I think Michael and Sonny, he was telling that he filed for divorce and they was just talking about everything that happened, about the fact that Willow took Wiley to Washington with Drew and he was just saying about it or whatever. Oh, I forgot a part about Jason and Carly. When Carly was talking about Drew and Willow, he was like, what do you want me to do? I already beat them up. I said, that you did. But yeah, back to it. Michael was telling Sonny about Willow and Wiley and Drew or whatever, and they were just talking about it, and he was saying how he never expected things to get that far, and that's when he was telling him about how he still won't share custody because he believes that the kids belong with both of them. Meanwhile, they was already trying to take his kids. That's why they sneaking out the doggone house, then over here trying to play victim. Real fast, was that Michael last day? I said, dawg, at least he got to hug Sonny, but what about Carly? They already showed this morning a preview, and Carly was crying or whatever. It looked like Brendan was behind her, so I'm assuming that they got the call right after, right when they was, they was having lunch together, Carly and Brendan. I said that wrong. Carly was by herself waiting on Lucas, and she got a call. He was about to work. He was still working or whatever, and that's when Brendan popped up out of nowhere. I said, is he following her too? Look. But yeah, I'm assuming they're going to be together and he's going to bring her to the hospital. I said, dawg, man, the way they filmed it. But yeah, I'm glad that Michael got a chance to hug Sonny or whatever. But Jason ended up coming and he was like, he had to talk to him about something. And they went outside. They was like, no, you stay because Michael was just about to leave out. I said, no, Michael, you should have left out. So then, look, they went out there, they was talking. I ain't even pay attention to that because I was waiting on the explosion. Now, I knew something supposed to happen because they showed his hand or whatever. But before they had showed his hand, people, not the hand, before they showed, the whole explosion thing, people been saying for weeks now that Michael's supposed to been going out with a bang, literally. They been saying that. But I was not expecting them to show it like that. I said, dang, that was good. Look, between the Bold and Beautiful, the way Brooks slapped Ridge, and then shoved Taylor to the end of this General Hospital, I said, okay, y'all did that. That's the only thing y'all did. But what else happened? They went outside, they was talking or whatever. I didn't even pay attention. I was waiting on the explosion. So they showed Michael, he had got up. I don't know if he seen something leaking. I was trying to see what he was looking down at. So next thing you know, you see the flames behind him, then you hear a boom or whatever, then Jason and Sonny running in there, but it's on fire or whatever. Sonny tried to get to Michael screaming, help, and all this stuff, the way they showed it or whatever. And then I think Jason told Sonny to call 911. I think they said he's supposed to go back in for Michael or whatever. I said, he on fire. I said, ooh-wee. I said, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, have girls today and be safe.